Alright, right off the bat, we were playing Bacchus. Bacchus has a passive called the Drunkometer, which is at the bottom left. His first
Minions
ability,
have
Chug,
spawned.
once you push your wand, you take a sip. Your next basic attack is empowered. You can see the timer at the bottom left ticking down. So I probably drank it too soon. The second ability is Belly Flop. He just jumps on him. So I'm going to show you the hard ability on his one. I chug, you see the timer, I hit, I do extra damage. Your one also gives you protections and heals you. Your three is the burp, which he just does consistent damage at the enemy. So with Bacchus, you're essentially a tank and trying to pull for your team. Sadly, a lot of his abilities scale off of intelligence, even though his two does scale off of strength and protections, which is weird. So you're gonna want to build some intelligence on him. His ultimate also scales off of intelligence, so intelligence is what you should focus on. I have blink, so I can get out if I need to. Leveling order, you want to max out your 3 first, your 2, then your 1. Once again, your 1 heals you, so once I push it, it heals me a little bit. And my next basic attack is empowered, doing more damage. Relics, you want to go either blink or shell to heal for your team. Uh, Also, I forgot to mention, with his passive, depending on how drunk he is, the meter on your left, you gain extra power, which is strength, extra intelligence, and extra protections. So you want to keep chugging, but it's not the ability you want to focus on leveling. You want to actually do... Okay, I missed my tip. You want to actually do damage with your 3 and 2.
Be
And because of
right
the
back.
starter I went, we'll be able to heal when our teammates do damage to the enemy minions when they kill them. Once again, living order, 3, 2, ultimate whenever you can, and lastly, 1. Alright, we have our ultimate. Now, the 2 is a little iffy to land here, unlike Smite 1. So you want to lead it on to where you think they're gonna be, because by the time you aim for where they are, they would have moved before you travel there. So you gotta keep that in mind.
Sense your fear.
Alright, we blinked out of his ult.
First,
Be right back.
First item we're going is Mystic Mill. It'll do damage passively, and because it gives 400 max health, that's why we're going for it. We just want to be healthy. Normally, I would go Thieves and Guardians. However, Bacchus is an interesting Guardian where if he doesn't have any abilities, he's not really a threat
an
at
enemy
all.
has been slain.
And you always want to be a threat, so you don't want them to want to be around you. And by them, I mean the enemy team. How to be a good Bacchus player. Keep a close eye on your passive. Make sure the meter is high. Watch your health. Know your limits. Don't overextend. Try to peel for your teammates. Don't let them take damage unnecessarily. Um, Also, your ultimate, once you consume it, once you use your ultimate, it gives you bonus power, bonus strength, and intelligence. So if you want a combo, you want to initiate with either Blink, Ultimate, your 3, and then your 2. Or if you don't have Blink, you want to... If you don't have Blink, you want to initiate with your 2 to jump in, and then your ultimate, and then your 3.
An enemy has been slain.
And if you're not tanky as Bacchus, you would just feed the enemy team, so you have to have health. That's just how it is. You're essentially gonna babysit, but there is another build where you can go
Be right
damage.
back.
And I could also make a guide video on that as well. Essentially, your starter makes all the difference if you go a different starter that does damage. I should have let Zeus take that, that was my bad. If you go a different starter, you'll be able to do more damage. But because we're playing as the Guardian, as a tank, we have to go with starter. It's just the best one. I'm gonna bully this guy a little bit, so he backs off. Dashed out top. He's taking damage from my enhanced auto and Mystic Mail. So we are still a threat even without abilities. Now we're gonna back off a little bit, because I need to heal by my teammates killing the enemy minions, and by using my one. Gonna line my enhanced auto. Luckily, the enemy team does not have a pole, so no Hercules. I could go in and kill him, but they will probably kill me first. Getting rid of his clones. Applying pressure currently. Hurrah! He overextended and found out why he should do that. And your 3 can stun opponents if they're in there for the entire duration. Sadly, I don't have enough health. So we're gonna stun him. Yep, there it is. This is how you Bacchus. Next item we're going this because it stacks with Mystic Mail and lets you do even more damage and reduces the protections of the enemies around you, magical protections by 15%. And because your damage on your 3 is also based on intelligence, it'll also help you do more damage with your 3. So it's like double dipping. In Smite 1, people always went these two. Remember what I said about damage in my other videos? You do damage based on how much strength or intelligence you have, or how much protections the enemy has. If you're attacking the mage who has low protections, and you have a lot of strength, you do more damage to the mage because they have very little protections. Whereas if you're attacking the guardian, they have more protections, so you do less damage to them. Back down, gonna go for their carry because he has very little protection. So once I used my ultimate on the carry, I was able to predict where he was going and stop him. Anyways, once I used my ultimate on the carry, he had very little health and we were able to clean that up. And once again with your 2, you want to predict where they're going and aim for there, because if you aim for where they currently are, by the time you get there, they'll be gone. That's just how it is. Now that they're dead, we're gonna try to push. Stun him. I still have my dash, my jump. I also have my blink. So if I have to, I can blink out. You want to play it safe. You are a guardian, not an initiator. I will post another gameplay where I play as a damage Bacchus, and we will still be building tank items, but our starter will be different, and we'll be doing a whole lot more damage just based on that different starter. If you see my Cthulhu video from Smite 1, Cthulhu can do a whole lot more damage when he has Gem, as opposed to this starter I have. We have to peel for our Zeus. Because they saw me retreat, but for some reason still went in. But it is what it is. At this point, we're going to get that, just for a little more sustain. Which is Chalice, just for health regen. Alright. Once again, we're making sure our meter stays up, even though sometimes you won't be able to use the enhanced auto. You could save it, if you don't want to use it, and that way you can have the enhanced auto just for a little basic attack, but it's not that big of a game changer. I stunned all of them. I can ult them. I'm going for the carry because he doesn't have a lot of protections. So I can do more damage to him than I would to anyone else. Actually, I would also do a lot of damage to the Falcon. Essentially, if there's no one to follow up with Wardred's abilities, I did not predict where he would be. But it didn't matter, my team did well. So once again, with the 2, you want to lead your shot, predict where they will be, and then aim for them. Not where they currently are, else you will miss. I don't have enough health, so I can't go in. I'm gonna use my wand and land my enhanced auto and take their blue.
Enemy missing right.
He's gonna go in, so now body blocking. I'm dead for this. I'm not dead for this. Wardred used this ult perfectly.
Be right back.
Siphon health from me. That character's kind of broken. And he also has an item we're going for, Phoenix Shield, which gives you health upon landing abilities of enemy gods based on your max health. And once again, we have been building health this entire game. So that's why. Now we want to build some intelligence with Bacchus, so we actually deal damage. But we cannot afford to not be tanky, is the thing. No one on the enemy team has lifesteal. Actually, no, one does. So we can maybe go a dedicated intelligence item. Bacchus already has anti-heal on his kit based on his 3. It does some amounts of anti-heal, I believe 40% anti-heal. However, going Divine Ruin, it gives you 80% 80 intelligence, and that alone can let you do some damage. You shouldn't have gone in. Their hunter went in and paid the price for it. So I'm just gonna clear the wave. Mystic Male putting in the work. Letting us clear. We've already taken that. I want to gank him, but I don't have Blade to appear right next to him. I'm just gonna farm. I see that their mortar is coming over with the Falcons. I'm gonna back off because it's 2 against 1. You never want to fight when they have more people than you, unless you're Hercules and you're just full tank. Because Hercules doesn't really care about any of that. You can still die, but she's really good at surviving. Now, what our build is lacking is cooldown, which Mordred is having a lot of, but not doing very well because he doesn't have a lot of health. And our build has a lot of health. Now we want to go an item that gives both physical and magical protections and health and intelligence and strength. And that will further help us do damage. Oh, my team left me the blue buff. Nice of them. Now I'm gonna link up with my team.
On my way.
I should be doing slightly more damage now that I have a dedicated intelligence item with up to 80 intelligence. Gonna die for that. And now we can just flare this. We can take their Phoenix. This is the part where people typically surrender. Gonna tank this for my carry. I can't tank anymore. I'm gonna come back and deal damage so we can win the game. I hope you enjoyed the Bacchus guide. Remember the basics. lead your two a little bit further in where
Victory.
you think they're gonna go, not where they currently are. Keep track of your drunkometer. Land your three all the way to the end, and they will be stunned so far as you've been using your one. Use your one for bonus protection, strength, and intelligence. Heal for your teammates. Do not feed the enemy carry, but always target them when you have ult, because that way they can't initiate in the fight, and your team will just destroy their front line and get fed. Let me know if you have any questions. I can upload the second build where you just focus on doing damage instead of being a tank. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a nice day.